Now, I just want to preface this by saying, remember, this is a retrospective review, and this is my opinion, and I feel like if you're subscribed to this channel, then you're here for my opinion. So don't kill me over this. The Avengers. Yep, that's the one. Now, I feel like up until this point, my opinions on the MCU films has pretty much lined up with the general consensus on them, but this is where things are going to get a little different. So the basic plotline of the Avengers is that Loki, living on from the first Thor movie, has come to Earth on a mission from Thanos, we find out by the end of it. Whoops, I guess I spoiled that already. I screwed this up. He's here for the Tesseract, also known as a MacGuffin from Captain America the First Avenger. And he shows up, he just destroys the SHIELD base, he takes it, he leaves, and Nick Fury decides it's time to form the Avengers. Who are the Avengers? Tony Stark, not Iron Man. Bruce Banner, not the Hulk. Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow. That's the plan for the Avengers lineup. And you wonder why I don't like this movie a whole lot. Right from the very beginning, though, Dr. Eric Selvig and Hawkeye are both brainwashed and turned evil, so strike Hawkeye from the roster. One thing leads to another, though. They're able to corner and capture Loki and stick him on the helicarrier to question him. And they're like, I feel like this was a little bit too easy. So it was a little too easy. Also, Thor is here now. I guess I forgot to mention that earlier. Thor is here, and now Hawkeye shows up, and he blows up one of the engines on the helicarrier. Black Widow kicks the absolute out of him. And boom, we're already ready for our final act. Well, how can that happen so quickly? Well, maybe because the final act is 40 minutes long. At this point, the Avengers are formed up, they're ready to go, and stuff has hit the fan. Loki's showing up, he's taken the Tesseract, he's used it to create a big old sky portal, the first of its kind, truly. And there's an army of aliens that are just pouring in, destroying New York. And this movie started the trend of fighting to face this horde of drones that are controlled by one thing or another, and if you defeat that, you win the battle. That trope can die now. But of course, they defeat Loki, they send the Tesseract back to Asgard, and everybody goes home happy. Yay! Now let's get into what I liked or didn't like about this movie now that the plot's out of the way. Right from the very beginning, Joss Whedon's fingerprints are all over this film. Characters are saying things that they wouldn't have in their original movies. The movie is also shot really weird, and there's strange lighting and awkward effects and things like that happen throughout the entirety of the film. Like, there's this part at the beginning where Nick Fury gets off of his helicopter, and there's this, telephoto shot of him that pans upwards, and it feels like Michael Bay shot it, not somebody that's in charge of $1 billion project. And it's not the only awkward shot in the movie. There's also when Thor tries to grab his hammer and he's like, no, and then he grabs it and it's like, okay, well, that happened. Also, Captain America sets up a very simple plan of attack to follow towards the end. He tells Thor to get up on top of the Stark Tower and just start blasting the aliens right as they come in, and it's working. And then he leaves. And all of a sudden, there's a council that's over S.H.I.E.L.D. that's never even been alluded to before, but now they're crucial to the final moments of the movie because they order a nuke strike on Manhattan. On Manhattan. On Manhattan. And it's only because that happens that the fight is even able to end, because Iron Man grabs it, mostly flies it up into space, and he blows up the hive, and then all the aliens just die because, sure. And also you find out that the Chitauri are an army that Thanos uses. You would expect them to be formidable, but they're actually made of napkins. And do you want to know why? So that Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow can do something. Now that's not inherently a bad thing, it just feels a little cheap. It's like, you finally bring the Avengers together and half of them are already out of their depth. And all this, among other things, I feel like makes the writing quality of the story a little bit weak. Certain things just don't gel quite the way that they wanted it to. Some subtleties that they go for don't really land on the younger audience, and 6 years later, I still don't get some of the subtleties that they went for. One problem leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, leads to one more, and then one more thing happens, then something else goes wrong, something bad happens, and it just kind of ruins my entire experience watching it. So I can't watch it alone, so I guess my final grade for the Avengers is, it's great for a group of friends. If you're upset about that rating, oh well. I'm pretty sure things are going to get better by the time that Age of Ultron comes out, right? Right? So the first Avengers, I know you've seen it. It's one of the highest grossing films of all time. So instead of asking you if you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Educate me, because I'm definitely stupid here. And if you want more of my videos, then all you got to do is click right on the screen and you'll get more.